neighbor that you had a chance to interview, I believe it's the pronunciation of his name is Inan Harsh. He told you that he heard a scream, thought it was 4 o'clock in the morning, he was drifting off, and that he discounted it because there's all sorts of party noises and, noises like that. But then strangely, when that report hit the press in your story, he went and deleted that. He deleted only the part about the scream. Can you make sense of what's happening here with that story?
Sure. I did meet that gentleman while I was out there in Moscow about a week ago, and just happened to run into him. His door was actually one I visited twice, and happened to catch up with him as he was on his way out for some errands. And he mentioned over the course of a conversation that he had ultimately heard a scream, or he came to the idea that that was the case. It was something that occurred to him days later. And as far as, him deleting a Facebook post and all that, that was not something I was familiar with, obviously when I was just meeting him for the first time. And I think you've got people on Reddit and a lot of people who are interested in this case, and they happen to notice that. So
the curious thing, Kevin, though, honestly, he did it after. Like, first of all, we can tell you definitively that he made the post about the scream about 12 hours after the murders happened. So that was, that was contemporaneous. His reporting on what happened in his neighborhood happened that night. And then you talked to him and he mentioned the scream. It went out in the paper and everybody picked it up. And then suddenly he went back and deleted that. So I don't know if the police went back to him and he felt maybe he should have, recanted those words, but it is curious. He also mentioned to you another very interesting detail. It was a black luxury SUV, and subsequently he has told others that it is a BMW SUV. Did he give you an indication of exactly where that car was parked and why it stood out to him?
Yes. So that was actually one of the details that sort of occurred to him a couple days later after he had originally spoken to police. And he did mention the make to me. We made a decision not to include that information in our story because it was not a vehicle police had stated specifically they were looking for. He said it was a black luxury SUV, and then did mention, as I said, the make. It was located, according to him, he pointed it out to me from his vantage, just right up the hill from the home. He pointed out it was just parked a few spaces right behind where actually Brian was standing. So it would be to his left, and it's toward the outpoints of that little dead end street. So it would be a few spaces. In this video, it would be to the right, just past the home.
So down the street, as you're looking straight on at the front of the home, it would be down to the right.
Correct. So if you were staring at the video from Brian's vantage, it would have been to Brian's left, but to the right of the viewer, yes.
Okay. One quick question.
Right
I only have 30 seconds.
Right here, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so I only have about 30 seconds left, but I do want to ask you, everybody's confused about the timeline. The police have really, let out that they know from 8 to 9, Xana and Ethan were at the Sigma Chi frat party. Then they're kind of unaware of their whereabouts until 1:45 a.m. arriving home. But then when they spoke to you, they seemed to indicate, no, we know that from 9 until 1:45 they were at the Sigma Chi frat party. Do you think this is sort of nuanced words or syntax, or what do you make of this, unusual reporting? Because we can't get them to straighten it out.
Sure. I think it's sort of an evolving timeline that police are sort of narrowing in. And in that case, I spoke with Idaho State Police spokesperson Aaron Snell in an interview last Tuesday, also with a Moscow police captain. And they clarified for me that indeed they do mean now that between the hours of 9 p.m. and 1:45 that Xana and Ethan were at that party over the entire duration. The thing they're still looking for is any information from fraternity members or anybody who else also attended that party. That's sort of what they mean when they're still seeking information about their whereabouts during that timeline.
Wow. Because they even came out later and said, we are looking for the gap in the timeline, where they traveled, et cetera. So I really wish they'd be, a little less clear than mud on these very complicated issues that the public could be helpful with. Kevin, I hope you'll come back and be on the program again. Your reporting's been great, and I really appreciate the clarity. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.